we're just getting bombarded with testimonials of different women having crazy experiences with their cycles.
Yep.
And the weirdest thing about it is that it's coming from people who have not actually been vaccinated yet. So we talked to Larry yesterday, and he gave us an interesting perspective. And I really, I want to address some of the questions that I've been getting from some people. And I really just kind of want to hear your theory on what you think is happening, if you think it's related to the vaccine or what's kind of going on. So love
Okay.
to hear your thoughts.
Okay, good. My feeling on all of this is that there's more that we don't know than we do know. I mean, we don't know anything. First of all, everybody, we have never had this kind of an inoculation ever, ever. It's never, they've worked for 20 years to try to get something. You know that the whole word Moderna means modified RNA. They've never produced anything like this. And as far as I know, J&J has never produced anything like this. So this is brand new. In anything that we've had that's even close, the animals did not do well. So here we are, suddenly, with humanity being inoculated with a synthetic mRNA that can and does get into the DNA, even though they say, oh, it doesn't. This is like Jurassic Park. Nature always finds a way. And so no matter what you're saying, we're seeing things that we didn't expect to see. Now, when it comes to women and our menstrual cycles, right? We are in tune with the moon. Every thought you think, every bit of stress, whatever affects you. We've been through a year and a half of enormous stress on planet Earth. Now, you've injected the machinery, or as Dr. Sherry Tenpenny says, the machinery into the cellular mechanism to make a protein from a synthetic mRNA via ribosomes that's never, ever been seen before.
Right.
Now, when women live together in a dorm or whatever, we know that they synchronize their periods in part because of pheromones. And pheromones are molecules that are translated by the olfactory system, even if you don't even know. But we know that if we put the sweat of women under the nose of other women, they will synchronize their periods.
Right.
And my friend Winifred Cutler of the Athena Institute makes pheromones, by the way. They're very, very effective sex-attractant pheromones. And her science is impeccable. So my feeling is that there's something this may be producing. Just like, birth control pills.
Right.
Stop this pheromone from being secreted, so that when women are on birth control pills, this is pretty well studied, the sense of smell, you know how they've done those studies where they show women, do you like the smell of this t-shirt that the guy's been wearing?
Yeah.
And when you love the smell of the t-shirt, that's a better mate for you. And we know that the DNA is better matched for you when you love the smell of that guy. Well, when you're on birth control pills, you don't smell that. And so I've had women come off the pill and finally say, whoa, if I'd known, I never would have been with this guy. This is like an aha.
Weird.
So there's some incredible wisdom that nature has.
Yep.
And we are mammals.
Right.
Yes, we're made in the image of God, but right now, here on Earth, we're mammals. We got breasts, mammary glands, mammals. So here's one of the things we know that I learned from Larry, Dr. Larry Palevsky, who I adore. And that is that there was one woman, this is a case that they had, where she got herself that shot and was nursing her 6-month-old, and the baby died of idiopathic thrombocytopenia. Well, babies don't get that from the breast milk unless there's something in the milk.
Right.
So if this is being secreted in breast milk, then it's also being secreted in the apocrine sweat glands, which are where the pheromones come from. And it's being secreted in saliva and being secreted in feces and being secreted in,
So what exactly is being secreted? Is it the spike protein like Larry was talking about? Because it's obviously not the virus.
That's what I'm thinking it must be. It is the antibody to the spike protein.
Right.
So your body has produced this synthetic antibody.
So it's synthetic,
and what
right?
we know that cross reacts with 28 different human tissues. That we know.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
and that's one of the questions that I've been seeing a lot is people are wondering if the same thing happens with if you've already had the virus, or are you secreting these proteins? Is it possible if you're unvaccinated but you've had the virus, or is it completely different and that's not possible?
Oh, I suppose that's possible because once you learn the provenance of where this virus came from, anything is possible.
Mm. Right, right.
Anything is possible. What I know is that we are performing a gigantic, unprecedented experiment against humanity
Yeah.
at this time. And anything can happen. And I think what I would say is be out in the sun as much as you can, be out in the wind. Uh, don't wear a mask if you can possibly help it, and like take it off the minute that you can take it off. Um,
Do we want to wear masks around people who were recently vaccinated? Here I'm thinking I was safe because I chose I'm not going to get the shot no matter what. I felt like I was safe. Now suddenly I'm I'm worried, right? And a lot of people are. Can't go out in public. Do I want to go to the concerts that I finally am trying to go to? What if I'm trying to conceive? What if I'm dating? Is this something that we need to start paying attention to?
yes,
And
yes.
maybe we suddenly need to start wearing the masks?
No, I don't think the mask is going to do anything. Okay, that's not going to do
Oh,
anything.
thank God, because I am
No,
about to pick
no,
that
no, no.
up.
That has never done anything. It never will do anything except suppress your immunity.
Good.
That we know. What I would do is choose your friends very carefully
Mm,
and stay away from people who are not on the same page if you possibly can.
yeah.
And that's not possible for everybody. This
Mm,
is why we have to have faith in something greater than ourselves.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
So,
the only thing. I mean, and be with be with like-minded groups of people who are, here's the thing. I do believe that humans are evolving quickly. This is a spiritual pressure. So under pressure, carbon is made into a diamond. And
yeah.
I believe that we're remembering who we are. Our primary being is light. And so we need to stick with that.
Hmm.
God heals all things. But in the meantime, the old saying, God moves mountains, bring a shovel. Like, you got to do your part. And we
Yeah.
had a guy here in Tulsa, Leon Benjamin, this incredible pastor. And he said, we keep waiting on God's time. No, 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 no. This is our time. You
Yep.
need to be heard. You need to do something about this. You can no longer pay attention to
Yeah.
the authorities. You cannot. The authority must be your own heart.
Yeah.
Your own heart. I would never tell another person what to do. I will tell you what what based on my background I would do. I'm very concerned about fertility.
Yeah.
Very concerned because I've seen women sterile because of Gardasil. And I came out against Gardasil in 2006. Well, I think this is Gardasil to the 100th power.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's
Well,
what I have
so
to say.
yeah, I mean, I guess